Hello everybody, this is Josh Suth, aka Ask Joshy on YouTube, and here we have a game from the Global Gamers Invitational round of 64. This is a best of 3 between SLush, the orange Zerg down here on the bottom of Lost Temple, and CheckPrime, the red Zerg over on the right side. Global Gamers Invitational is sponsored by iFixit.com, their SCVs for the real world, ESUnited.net, and thehandsomernerd.com, run by Artosis and Tasteless. Fashionable nerd gear for everyone. So yeah, this is the round of 64. It is a best of 3. The winner of this series will move on to the round of 32, another best of 3. And SLush is a North American Zerg player on Root Gaming, very, very good player. Won the TLI North America. That was had a lot of very prestigious names, and CheckPrime being the Korean Zerg player. Check on the team called Prime. He was actually a former Warcraft 3 pro, if I remember correctly, so he should be, very familiar with RTSs in general. Have not seen him play a lot, but being on Team Prime, I imagine that he's got quite a lot of playing time in during the beta. SLush, of course, like I said earlier, winning that huge invitational from Team Liquid, also a very good player, and I've seen him play actually quite a bit. So, Zerg vs. Zerg matchup on Lost Temple at close running positions. Neither player has found the other just yet, and basically since they've scouted these other positions here, if you look on the mini-map, they've kind of scouted all over, so they have narrowed it down to these cross positions. Not actually cross positions, close running positions, but both players choosing to get their hatcheries down before their spawning pool, and the reason for this is the first person to build a spawning pool basically guarantees that the other player can build their spawning pool a little bit later and still be okay because of run distances for Zerglings. So drones being favored instead, and actually both players dropping their spawning pools at exactly the same time. So maybe the fact that they hadn't scouted each other, of course, means that neither player knew that their opponent had not had a spawning pool down, so they're just sticking to their normal builds. Neither player, actually only SLush not going for that gas. It looks like Check is going to go for that gas pretty quickly, so maybe he'll be ahead on Zergling Speed or Baneling Nest in the near future. We'll have to see. Have not watched any of these games yet. In fact, I do not even know who wins. I thought I would have fun and just cast these as if they were live, so gonna be just as surprised as you guys when something crazy happens. Hopefully that'll be more exciting for you guys. And yeah, Extractor coming up now for SLush. Spawning pool's finishing, and I did just get a text message. Sorry about that, guys. Gonna have to ignore him for a bit. Neither hatchery finished yet. The spawning pools are finished now. Looks like both players getting a queen here too. My frame rate is dipping just a little bit. I'm sorry for all these early problems. Queens coming in at both hatcheries actually for SLush. Is Check doing the same thing? Yes, he is. He is just a little bit behind on that second queen though. And if we look at the units, it looks like SLush is going to be the first one to get some Zerglings on the field. But Check has more of them. He's got 6 prepared, and SLush favoring drones a little bit more, whereas Check did get those more Zerglings out of those particular larvae. And yeah, the queen actually being a little bit late on that larva spit there for SLush, just a little tiny bit late. Probably was looking at other things. Is Zergling Speed started for either player yet? It looks like both players are now getting it. It looks like Check was a little bit ahead. He is getting a Baneling Nest now as well, so he's going to be a little bit ahead in the tech, whereas SLush looks like he's still just droning up, getting a few more Zerglings here now. Will SLush's Overlord be okay? I think he will get away in time from Check's queen. And this is going to be a little bit difficult for me with these red Zerglings and orange Zerglings fighting. Oh my goodness, can't wait for that. But SLush and Check both have very easy names, so that should be okay. If anything, I'll call SLush Chef on accident because I've seen so many games from both players. And it looks like SLush had a superior Zergling count here, able to ward these off easily. Both players actually getting their Baneling Nests up. It looks like Check was way ahead on that Baneling Nest though, so if he can take advantage of that timing, looks like he is getting some right away. Might be able to kill quite a lot of Lings here, we'll just have to see. And Check positioning himself, he's got the Zergling Speed finish first and the Baneling Nest finish first. Gonna stall here just for a few seconds until these Banelings are done. Of course, the Banelings are a lot slower than the Speedlings, and SLush's speed is going to be finished sometime soon, hopefully for his sake. And these Banelings now moving in uncontested. They get on that creep and they move really quickly up the ramp into the main of SLush. Is he going to be able to kill some drones? We'll just have to see. SLush pulling all his drones now. He only kills 3 with... Oh no, that one killed 4. So wow, 7 drones going down to just a couple of banelings here. SLush falling way behind as Check moves in with even more speedlings here at the front. No more banelings from what I can see. He's probably just waiting for some more gas to be able to morph some more, but SLush losing all those drones is going to put him quite a way behind. Check actually getting a huge favorable exchange there because he did get his Zergling speed finished first and that Baneling nest finished first. Warping in 3 more here. Is SLush going to attack them and be able to kill them off before they morph into Banelings? I don't know. Check is doing his best to hold them off of those Banelings for as long as he can. Only 1 Baneling finishes. He does manage to sizzle a few Zerglings of SLush. Still not a total loss. And looks like Check just has way more Zerglings on the field now as a result of killing all those drones off earlier. He's able to keep up with his spending, whereas SLush does have a lot of money left, but he is forced to GG when he sees, you know, just how far behind he is on that drone count. If we check the unit count at the end of the game, SLush down to only 8 drones. So excellent first game by Check, being just a little bit faster on both the Zergling speed and the Banelings up. Going to be able to take that first game. So now we're going to move on to game 2.